Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. Hope everyone's having a blessed afternoon. I am having a blessed afternoon. Yes, I am. So, I want to talk about the sister um, that murdered and stabbed up the manager in Michigan, Detroit, a McDonald's that been there for 15 years. I want to talk about her. Um, a lot of people they may not like this video, but this video, as I'm watching the videos, I try to do a lot of research on her, but I couldn't find a lot of research unless I gotta actually pull up and really actually do the knowledge on her to ask, her family and friends and those that she have known, asked about her character and stuff like that. But I'm just gonna give my observation on what I see on these videos that she posts on Instagram. I'm gonna get into that. And from my observation and from my experience, I'm gonna give my point of view. And I don't only blame her, I blame society and I blame the community. That's who I blame. I blame society, I blame the community, and ultimately blame her parents. Everyone that been around this young lady, Miss Muhammad Hafini. Her name is Hafini Muhammad. I blame society. I blame those that was um, her guardian. All of us are these youth and the future guardian. All of us that's here upon this earth, the indigenous people of the earth. When one hurt, we all hurt. When one do an act, we shall all feel pain and suffering of one doing this barbaric, evil, twisted, demonic, devil, demon act because it really hurts. It really hurts. And everybody's pointing the finger. But what I see here is a young lady that's calling out, that been calling out for a lot of pain and suffering upon her life, her young life. Think anywhere from 24 to 26 years old, and went through so much pain and suffering upon her life that I can see, and that's dealing with multiple personalities, and that's dealing with multiple demons that's there that's aiding her on, and want to actually see her murder, death, kill, barbaric, evil, twisted, demonic, devil, demon away. So um that's who I blame. I blame society. That's who I blame.
I sent home early yesterday. I got sent home early today by the same person. I'm telling you, she's a bully. This shit isn't funny. She needs to understand that just because she's a mother and got children doesn't mean that she can come in the store, disrespecting people, talking to them like everybody's beneath her. She has no respect. And it isn't funny at all. Like, seriously, man, I got shit I gotta take care of. And she keeps sending me home early. It's not funny. She's playing games. And then all day, throughout the day, she keeps sending her little racial shit. And then throughout the day, she keeps on like putting negative energy in the air, talking about people, gossiping about people. It's not funny, man. That shit gonna have to stop. She's a bully. I'm telling you, she's a bully. She brings a lot of negative energy in there. She always panic when there's a lot going on, and then she try to manipulate that and make it seem like we ain't doing something right, but we are working really hard and doing great. It's just the fact that she panicked, and I caught her a few times making a mistake, and she tried to hurry up and play it off. Nobody's perfect. It's fucking McDonald's. It happens. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes, like, somebody might get confused. So fuck, it gets busy, yeah. But she needs to stop playing like she don't be making mistakes. I be catching her. I be catching her. So her all the animosity and shit that she keep putting in the air and stuff, that's trying to tell me I'm always snapping on people. No, that's false. No, I don't snap on people. I don't go in there doing that. I tell her no. I make peace. That's what I'm doing. I've been creating peace. So all that negative energy that she's bringing in there and trying to manipulate it, no, that's going to stop. all that negative shit she's saying about, her personal life, all of that. No, she's bringing all that in there and then playing games saying she want to take her belt off and beat somebody. Y'all act like my kids in here. No, we ain't your kids. Respect us. Stop talking to us like that.
So you see that she has multiple issues. She has multiple issues with authority. She has multiple issues with a lot of people that's over her. You know, she has issues with basically people deceiving her. I see right here in this video, I see a person that's calling out for help, a person that has trauma and depression, serious trauma and depression, serious trauma and depression that just didn't happen overnight. That happened, excuse me, that happened over time of her dealing with so much trauma, depression in her home, and she's calling out for help. She's been probably bullied all of her life. All of her life, she's probably been bullied, right? And when you probably bullied and called out your name, now she has Afeni Muhammad. Muhammad stink. Muslims stink. Won't you go back to Saudi Arabia? Won't you go back to the Middle East? They stink. They wear the women's with the wraps over their head. She had to deal with so much stuff coming up to deal with that pain and suffering of a young age of she said racism. She said racism. So to create a hostile environment, you're supposed to de-escalate a lot of things as a manager. And I like to send my condolences out to the manager and to her family. But we're dealing here with a very mentally ill young girl. She's mentally ill and she don't know how to channel her energy. And I blame society, right? And I blame the community, and I blame the people that's around her. You understand where I'm coming from? That's who I blame for her downfall, for this demonic, evil, twisted devil demon was there to befriend her and tell her what to do, basically, to kill, murder, murder, murder. You understand what I'm saying? Kill two birds with one stone. This is what I see when I look at these posts and when I look at the Instagram and I look at when she expressing herself. It's a lot of hurt and pain and anger there. All she really needed somebody was to care for her, to love her, and to show her the way. And the community and society failed her, just like they failed everybody. You see, people not looking at that. They looking at just a person that stabbed and went crazy and went bananas upon somebody. Listen, let me tell you something. That ain't supposed to happen. That ain't supposed to happen to this manager. And I feel for the manager. I definitely do feel for her family. She was the breadwinner. You understand what I'm saying? And I know and understand that because I am a worker. I am a worker. So I understand the process of being a worker. So, but right now, this video is geared towards Afeni Muhammad, the one that was discarded like she was trash and garbage and treated upon. Most likely, she probably got sexually assaulted. I don't know. I really don't know. Everybody looked at her, picking on her, beating on her, stomping on her, jumping on her. This what it looked like to me. This what it looked like to me. And she got at her breaking point. She got about at her breaking point, but nobody. When you get at your breaking point, there's certain procedures that you must do. You can never let yourself go because when it's all said and done, when you look around, you'll be the only one facing these serious charges, and you'll be the only one facing murder, death, kill. Because what happened is that when you are going through all this stuff, this bullying, trauma, depression, where it started from, of you going through this process, and every face that abuse you and beat on you, right? Rape you, sexually assault you, molest you, right? You see all these faces. So once you get at a breaking point inside your head, you don't see the person. You see all those faces. And then you react out of violence and started killing and murder. When she realized what she was doing, when she snapped to, she said, "What I trust you me to herself. What have I done?" But it was too late, too far gone. You let your emotions supersede your intelligence, and her emotions been superseding her intelligence for however long. I see a very, very sick, ill, mentally ill young girl that couldn't deal with this world and dealing with racism and dealing with being beaten and bullied. And the only way out was to kill and murder. But your pain and suffering just started. Your pain and suffering was just started. You gave this entity, barbaric devil demon, what it wanted, and it wanted you out of the picture for whatever reason. You had a lot of talent, a lot of gifts, and a lot of ability that was inside you, and nobody around you didn't nourish it, didn't water it, didn't plant it, didn't help you find who you are, a queen, right? You are the Alpha Omega, and the Alpha Omega is you. To be exactly actual fact. This is true. You understand what I'm saying? So this is what I see. Traumas and depression. That's what I see. Trauma, depression, and anxiety. That's what I see when I look at this, man. And this is sad. Nobody should have to go through this. Nobody should have to go through this. Nobody should have to go through this. And I want to send my condolences out to the family. Send my condolences out. Send my condolences out to the family. This is a sad, sad situation. Very sad. And it should not happen, especially in the workplace. None of this should not happen in the workplace. Give me a second. Hold on one second. Give me one second. I'm trying to look for I saved it, but I can't find it. I saved the this is sad, man. This is a sad situation. And nobody cares. This is gonna get swept underneath the rug and call it a day. That's it. Call it a day. And this is how these people move. This is why I said I blame society. I blame society. I blame the community because nobody stepped up to save this young girl, knowing that she was going through so much problems and pain and suffering. And these are the results when people's calling out for help. When people's calling out for help, man.
Showers, please approach to the square tube. Please raise your right hand. You swear that the information being provided is true and accurate to the best of your information, knowledge, and belief, subject to penalties of perjury. I do. Put your hand down. With regard to the defendant, Afani Muhammad, please set forth the facts
Fani Muhammad.
for the warrant request. Yes, Your Honor. 71025 McDonald's employee AFENI Muhammad stabbed McDonald's manager Jennifer Harris multiple times with a kitchen knife at the McDonald's restaurant at 179219 Mile. Harris was not armed at the time and died of her injuries. Prior to the stabbing, Muhammad was sent home by Harris for not performing her work duties and told Harris, "I'll be back." Muhammad was arrested on the scene and the knife was recovered. Muhammad admitted that she intended to kill Harris and stated that after she was sent home, she drove to a nearby park.
This is sad, man. This is a sad situation that happens in our communities each and every day. And Um, mental illness, mental disability is real, man. It is very it is real, and you know we need to focus more, man. When people tell you that they have mental illness, trust and believe they have mental illness. Trust and believe. And what I see from this that video, she was dealing with a lot of pain and suffering and mental illness, anxiety, depression, and traumas. And real, it could drive you off the edge if you don't get help from it. If you do not get help, so this is what I wanted to share with you. This video right here ab- about basically what I observed from the video and the behavior um of Afeni Muhammad. She was a very sick, mentally ill girl, man. You could be sick, mentally ill and highly function, but with the side of your brain, you could be very, very sick in your brain, very sick, and don't get the proper treatment and help that you need. And this what this video displayed to me. Said that everybody is going this way, that way because individuals are not professional. A lot of these podcasters, they never worked in shelters. They never worked around people that was very violent and just out of control. You understand what I'm saying? They giving a point of view of a jail point of view. That's what they doing. That's what they doing. A lot of these guys, they've been in prison for a very, very long time, so they don't know how to assess the situation. They've been in prison. While I have the skills and the ability to assess the situation on what I see. And I see a very, very mentally ill, trauma, depression, young girl that went through a lot of pain and suffering and a lot of bullying. A lot of bullying. And when she did that, she wasn't in her right state of mind. I'm telling you that. Even though she posted up on Instagram and stuff like that, saying that what she's gonna do and talking about this gotta stop. In her mind, whoever abused her, mentally abused her, sexually abused her, or whatever she went through, she was really talking about those predators. She talked about those predators. And she looked at the manager as a predator. She was a predator. I'm telling you this. You can tell by the way that she was talking and the way her demeanor is. And all these different hair colors and these contacts of these demonic contacts and stuff like that. She didn't know she wasn't in her right state of mind, man. I'm telling you that. So even though I feel for the sister that got murdered, this shouldn't have happened. You know, it was certain protocols that need to be took in place, but this wasn't given a chance. This wasn't given a chance. So that is my look on it, and that's my outlook of it. You know, get in my comments if you see something different. If you agree with me, you agree with me. If you don't, you don't. But this is what I see, that she was mentally ill. Young lady trapped in a world full of demonic, evil, twisted, dark devil demons that didn't have a way out, that pushed her over the edge. That's what I see. And it resulted in somebody going to jail for the rest of their life and somebody being dead, which should never have happened. There's certain procedures that you take before this happened. It should not happen before. It shouldn't even say before. But there's certain procedures that should have been took. And society and the community and her parents, her family, whoever failed her. I could be wrong. I could be wrong, but the individuals failed her. She was a victim of circumstances, just like a lot of us. A lot of us victims of procreation, murder, death, kill, barbaric, evil, twisted, devil, demon that procreate this behavior. It's an actual true fact. Peace, y'all. Peace. Peace. Peace.